lovingly explain to someone that they aren't truly a Christian on the basis that they occasionally attend church or their parents are religious?
Fantastic question, thank you. I would say when we look at the example of Christians throughout history, many of them were given the blessing of a family that was Christian, that taught them scriptures, how to pray. They might have memorized the Beatitudes. In fact, the greatest religious figure in this building that established the very denomination that built this building, John Wesley, wasn't really a Christian. He was an almost Christian. And it wasn't until he was on a boat in the middle of the sea with a storm crashing upon that boat with these Christians called Moravians that was singing with joy in the middle of this crazy situation, that he looked at the faith they had and he said, I'm not really a Christian. I don't have that faith, that inward change. And so when you're confronted with someone who maybe doesn't have the outward fruit of an inner life that's been transformed by Jesus Christ, I think the response is to graciously invite that person deeper. And I think there are times to confront people and say, are you really a Christian, or are you just an almost Christian? And I think the mark that John Wesley himself, who was on that boat, marked out was that there was an internal, inside-out change that brought fruit, and everlasting fruit, and a joy of knowing God intimately as a person. And I think that's what it essentially means to be a Christian. Not to just memorize scripture, not just to have a church background, but to be born from above. And so I think it's exciting when you meet someone that doesn't have that background, doesn't have that background of being truly transformed, because you can lead them into that by the Spirit of God. So thank you for that question. That's great.